Hello from the Amazon region of Peru. Regresé a la selva. I've made it out here to Tarapoto. It's a small kind of city here in the northeastern part of Peru, close to the Amazon basin. Sits in the Sierras a little bit, 350 meters above sea level, and still hot and humid here, just like Iquitos. However, unlike Iquitos, this place is a lot cleaner, a lot calmer. The people seem to be a little bit friendlier, and it's a lot less chaos. We still have the moto taxis here. So beautiful, beautiful nature, lots of beautiful waterfalls. Of course, I'm here for some hiking. The other reason I'm here is actually to be a part of an ayahuasca ceremony. An ayahuasca is basically an indigenous Amazonian psychedelic brew that's been utilized for centuries. It's a combination of a vine that grows naturally here along with a leaf, and they both get blended together into almost like a paste or a drink. You are accompanied by a shaman or a curadero or healer who will guide you through a very spiritual and a very introspective journey during the procession. So you basically sit in a circle, and whoever is present will ultimately feel the effects for about 4 to 6 hours. The benefits of ayahuasca are to treat trauma, various types of trauma, depression, anxiety. Usually, if you set an intention before going into a ceremony, so anything that betters life in general. So we're looking at deep introspective thoughts, mental health clarity. For people struggling with addiction, it's also very beneficial. And it's a form of community as well. So I'm going to be leaving for 5 days total. There's going to be 2 ceremonies, not back to back, but we're going to have one and then have a day of rest, and then followed by a second one. Here in Tarapoto, it's very common to do these kinds of retreats, both for travelers and for locals. There's the very basic accommodations, which are normally run by families. And then there's the higher end luxury, and I chose kind of something right down in the middle. Preparation with this is also very plant-based, so my diet had to shift quite dramatically. So I'm only been eating grain, fruits, and vegetables. So no meat, very little fish, and kind of basically adjusting to the plant medicine as it will interact once it gets into my body. So I'm going to be documenting, journaling everything. We'll make sure that, we'll do a little health screening, because there are several different ways to not approach this type of medicine. It's not for everyone, because in order to be a good candidate, you have to be off certain medication. Mental health disorders are also very much restricted, and and again, that diet is so crucial. About 1 or 2, possibly even 3 weeks before taking ayahuasca. So anyway, we're going to be leaving first thing in the morning tomorrow. The camp is located about 2 hours outside the city, so a little bit north, a little bit more east, and actually a little bit higher in the mountains. So we'll get that going and catch you guys later. I love it. All right, so I kind of settled here into my casita. A lovely bed. I'm missing a wall, but that's perfectly fine because I have this lovely hammock. Got the water running down below. So of course, we've gone over here of the guidelines for the stay. We did a little health screening, making sure that you're not on medication. Put in some emergency contacts. There's a little waiver form, I guess, if you will. Here we also have ceremony preparation, rest, basically any protocols that have to do with your stay. And then once we walk outside, I'll show you. A lovely bathroom, shower, sink, flushable toilet, and this is going to be my home for the next 5 or so days. People here are amazing, very comforting. They said like nervousness is a part of being here, and I'm still processing it all, of course. But overall, I'm happy I'm here. I'm going to set several intentions, write down as many things as possible to figure out why exactly I'm here, and do a tobacco purge in a couple hours. So anyway, yeah, let's get settled in and we'll get started. So good morning, day number 2 here. We just had some breakfast, did a little bit of yoga with MJ this morning. It's about an hour. Good way to stretch the limbs, do some breathing exercises in preparation for the ceremony that's going to be starting about 8:30 in the evening. Breakfast was super simple, consisted of eggs, carrots, sweet potatoes, and I slept great last night. There was quite a bit of lightning, but I did have to get up to the bathroom at least 6 times because I drank about 7 liters of water yesterday. Curadero should arrive right around 6 o'clock. We're going to have a one-on-one with him, using a translator, just to kind of tell him the reason why I'm here, set my intention of why I want to do the ceremony, where I want to take it, and hopefully it'll come out good on the other side and better my life. So. We reached this little spot here. Got some mud with some herbs. We're gonna take a little mud bath. Alright, so this is kind of like the preparation for the ceremony. We have flower bath. Here is the Maloka, where everybody will be, each have their own space. I think there's a total of 6 of us. We'll have the curadero, the healer here, 2 facilitators, and then I'll be in one of these beds. This is my bed. Look at that. And my bucket. Alright, so bundled up, stage is set. We are ready for our ceremony. Behind us, a beautiful Maloka, and yeah, very happy to be here, happy to go on the journey. Alright, so we finished up that first ceremony. This is actually I skipped a day because the day after we all just needed to relax, to chill, to kind of process everything that happened. I'll go over through a little bit kind of what my journey was during the ceremony, before, during, and after, of course. We all got in the circle. I met the shaman, or the cuadero, Gume, who was very, very well renowned here in the community, and he has a very gentle way of kind of easing all of us into the ceremony. When I first took the concoction, the ayahuasca, it's just about a shot's worth of the medicine. It does kind of travel through your body very slowly, so you feel it kind of going down, and then you have a little bit of discomfort here in the stomach, and as it travels into the large intestine, you have a little bit of this kind of gassy feeling. So I just lied down, put my hand on my heart, on my belly, breathed, made sure it was always in the present, of course. Then Gume kind of, his songs increased in both in tempo and rhythm, in the words that he was saying. It helps to know a little bit of Spanish to kind of to gauge what exactly he's trying to communicate. There's a lot of cleansing of the negative energies, a lot of kind of emotions being pulled out of you. There were a few times that I actually was stretching, and then I ended up kind of collapsing in on myself a bit, which was good, but it's what happens. The whole ceremony is kind of a roller coaster, so when you think you're fine, you're sleepy, you're drowsy, then next thing you know, you're purging. So, thankfully, I didn't purge until the very end, which actually was in the bathroom, but I won't go into the details. We do have a little bucket, so for everybody that has to get rid of this sense of this negativity that they need to get out, that's what it's there for. Yeah, after I would say a couple hours, there's this cleansing that I did with Cuadera, where you sit face to face with him. He says your name, kind of guides you a little bit into his world, and then just I feel like he put something into me that I just felt powerful, and I gripped at the floorboards, just sitting, and it was almost like sun basically just beating down. I had visions, but not anything overly intense. You always have to acknowledge, you always have to surrender, acknowledge, and just kind of witness what ayahuasca, what the medicine is actually doing for you, and how you can actually connect with one another. So there is this kind of, back and forth as you pull things out of you, as you engage what it's trying to convey, and then there is, it's just a game. You have this, at least for me, everybody has a different experience, but there's this game of back and forth. When you think it's over, or when you think it's kind of dying down, boom, flips it, and then you have another kind of pulling out of you, like these like very, very small corrections. So today is going to be our second ceremony. I'm going to probably push the pace just a little bit more, push the envelope. I have been fasting for about 42 hours now. Just had tea and just water. And a lot of the participants here, they've been fasting. Some of the master plant dietas here consist of 10 days, 2 weeks, and even up to 30 days. We all are very tightly knit here as a community. We all support each other, as well as the facilitators that come here. Cuadero, of course, he's Gume. He's gentle, but he's strong. He's very powerful in his ceremony. Also play the guitar like I have never heard a guitar being played in the dark so effortlessly and so beautiful. There is, a point of crying, a point of letting go, a point of celebration, a point of remembrance, a point of just putting everything into one whole ball, if you will, and just bringing it home. So that's about as best as I can describe my experience. I wrote maybe 12 or 15 pages worth of stuff in here. It's just something very important to kind of remember. So the sun decided to come out. It was raining a lot last night, but kind of maybe cleanse off in the river, do another flower bath, and then we'll have another ceremony later tonight at 8 o'clock. So see you then.
Ahí viene nuestro Padre Jesucristo. Ahí viene nuestro Padre Jesucristo, derramando bendiciones por sus hijos sin charol.
Alright, so that was our second ceremony, and by far the strongest, the deepest, most rewarding experience I think I've ever felt in my life. And I'm saying that without any bias, because every experience here is different for everybody. People come here from all walks of life with emotional trauma, with PTSD, anxiety. I have my own faults, of course, but I also kind of came here with a very clear mind and a very antsy, anticipation, I guess, for what will happen. I was actually spoiled here because Gume, our cuadero, is the best of the best. He sings in Spanish. I can understand him. He's very gentle, but a very powerful figure. So the ceremony began kind of like the very first one. This time around I got a full cup, a full square cup. I was dieting for about 40 hours prior. I also had a tea called from Bombasana, so it's supposed to open up your heart a little bit more, get some of the creative juices flowing, and have a little bit more like a grounding. It's a very gentle plant. So yeah, the journey began with a very kind of gentle swing, Gume singing in the distance. There was thunder just off in the distance, but all in all, in complete darkness, and we had all the participants pretty much were supportive of each other. They told me everything that I needed to kind of surrender to process, and to not be afraid for the remainder of this journey. And I'll be honest, when the medicine settled in after about 1 hour, it really took me into the descent part where the purging happens, the healing kind of starts to open up inside the body. So for me, I literally wrote roughly 24 pages of things that I perceived, and after that, this is where I will say my spiritual awakening and my enlightenment stage happened. It doesn't happen for everybody. I was honestly surprised myself, because you have to really dig deep, and you have to face every single part of your insecurities, your fears, your guilty pleasures, your gluttony, all the 7 deadly sins. And if the medicine sees that you are accepting, that you are willing to see, it will reward you so well spiritually that will give you this ancient knowledge in a way. So after just grinding out to just the people purging, I somehow hold it all in until the very end where I run to the bathroom and yeah. But I am very happy to say that I came up and I had this shimmer, this light that was sitting right in my belly, and you pick it up and you hold it dear. You hold it very tight. It's something that you can write books about. You can write as many times over. You can act. You can draw. You can just tell it over and over. But it will never replicate the full sentimental value that it had, as for me personally. There is this. We kind of reached this nirvana stage where the rain started coming down. Gume kind of realized it, and he just did his chant, his vibration, his energy was just filled the room, and it was this calming. I've never felt such raw peace in my entire life, where it's so palpable, and it's the sounds of the forest, the animals, the birds, the plants, everything was just there, like, and then we just got to enjoy it. And I honestly, as I can confidently say that, man, like, this, everybody needs to experience this, especially in this environment here at the Garden of Peace, where you can trust the facilitators, trust the people, the community, the medicine, and trust yourself, most importantly, to go through with something like this and really take it to heart, really take what you learned here and then integrate it into the rest of your life, because it will change you. It is a very transformative medicine that will live in you for, hopefully, for eternity. I have yet to see how it will change me. And following that, I got another cleansing by the shaman. This where you sit right in front of Gume, and he does a chant. He shakes the leaves kind of overhand. Does a blow, kind of purges a lot of the negativity from you, and it really just I had some pain in my shoulder. I'm actually just kind of massaging it right now, and it's. I'm not saying it went away completely, but it definitely has a lot more rotation now. There's kind of more of this energy in me, and you start to appreciate life a lot more. I know there's a lot of things going on in the world right now. People are struggling, and of course there's just no end in sight, and that's something that I will obviously have to face later on. But for now, this moment was a very special one for me, and I highly recommend coming here to the Garden of Peace, or anywhere that's you feel most comfortable, the one that speaks to you. For me, this was, I chose this place just because it was calling me, and I'm happy that I did, because not only did I luck out with the great shaman, I reached this moment of clarity, this spiritual awakening, this enlightenment. Which I know is a Buddhism term, but it really felt like enlightenment there. Now it is a roller coaster, because as soon as I was up there with the enlightenment, we took another downward turn, and these are just visions that were very intense, very elastic, very kind of spherical. Again, that's just the medicine doing its thing. And I'm very happy to be part of it, to be part of this community, and hopefully in the next several days it will settle into me. I journal pretty much every hour, so more to come. And get lost in nature and enjoy the rest of Peru before my travels continue. All right.